Guys, earlier today I went to Hinano Cafe and it was good getting, a burger there because I spent a couple of days in Japan and there was a really great smash burger place. But a good thing about America is we know how to do our burgers right. So when I went to Hinano's, I found out a couple of facts about the place. That was opened in 1969. The same year of The Summer of Love. Midnight Cowboy wins Best Picture. First Man on the Moon, like very historic year. This restaurant is frequented by Jim Morrison. I'm happy not to say John Morrison. That's a wrestler. Jim Morrison is, the guy in the Doors. He did that famous song, This Is the End and the Beginning of Apocalypse Now. It definitely has a lot of history. It's a few blocks from the actual Venice Beach, so it's in a very good location. I ordered a cheeseburger. I also ordered a beer, and I also ordered tacos. But for some reason, like on the menu, it should have been like less than $30, but I got charged $40. And then the other thing too was that when I had like their tacos, they weren't really that good. Really, it was just like they took like burger meat. They should call it like cheeseburger tacos. I think that's how they should have done that. When you go to Taco Bell, they put so much taco seasoning or things like that it feels like you're eating a taco. The next thing that I'm going to say is the positives. That first of all, I really like this place. I like these old like dive bars. It had a very vintage look and sawdust on the floor. I like that rustic feel where it's like kind of stuck in time in a way because of how many signatures are all over it. The burger was very, very hefty. They had a really, really big burger patty. I'm not sure how big it was, maybe maybe a third of a pound, 1/3 of a pound or half a pound. But when I bit into that burger, it felt like, okay, you know what, I'm holding on to something big. It's not like McDonald's or White Castle where it's just maybe like a thin burger, and this was like a thick burger. And, they had a lot of good ingredients on it. They had lettuce, tomato, mustard, mayo. I don't think they had ketchup on it. They had onions. So when I had all that together, it was really good. And then also when I had that, I actually tasted, real. I actually tasted the burger patty, and that's really important to me because a lot of times when I go to restaurants, one sign of a bad burger place is that they'll put so many toppings on a burger that you don't actually taste the burger. Like it almost feels like you're having a salad with some ground beef on it. But this tasted like in reverse, really. I tasted a burger with ingredients on it and green ingredients that complement the burger, and that's very important. Another thing that's also positive is that they give you a bag of chips. I wasn't that hungry today because I ate a lot before getting off my flight, and also when you travel a lot, like I was on a flight for 10 hours really, so obviously sometimes that's a little stressful. I mentioned this before that I was a little queasy from all that flying that I was doing, but I was able to finish my food. I was able to enjoy myself. When it's a bag of chips or anything like that, I don't mind just not having that really. But overall, the positives outweigh the negatives. Definitely, this is a spot that I'd love to go to. The other good thing about it was it's like $30 from the from LAX because definitely with Los Angeles, when you go to a lot of places in Los Angeles, it's very spaced out. It gets very, very pricey. So I do feel that honestly, it was almost $100 to go from the airport to the restaurant, get food, and then go back to my Airbnb. So it was $100. But I do feel just to try this out, just to say that I've been here was definitely really worth it. I would love to come back.